Okay, it's visible?
Yes, doctor.
Yeah, okay. So let's beat the wave and the heat. Yeah, so just to start with some common errors and casual approach that many of us had in this last 1 year post the corona. So it is very much now being, in the news channels, everybody is talking about it. They're trying to figure out as to where things went wrong. So these are just some of the things that I will like to list. One, we know most of us keep our masks below the nose. It is difficult to breathe. And even in the clinics, many people, those patients who come, sometimes it's difficult to hear what we speak. So it is a natural reflex that we remove our mask to talk. To get breath, we remove our mask. And I constantly keep telling the patients, please do wear your mask because it is very important. Then reusing the mask. Some of us just, keep it here and there. And again, when we have to go out, we take this mask, put it back and go. So that is also wrong. Sometimes wet mask, it's like, it's being washed. So I'll take that. It is more hygienic. Thinking that they take wet masks. That is also wrong. Then when we meet friends, colleagues, relatives, neighbors, we tend to get a little casual, thinking that till now they have not got COVID, or we are just nearby, or we know them. So it is better to be more casual and be more free. So I would request, even if you are going to anybody's house, you should be more careful. Put on your mask and talk, because you have come from outside. You don't know whether what is their hygienic condition in their house. So be more safe. Then in this 1 year, a lot of parties, weddings also have taken place. Even though the numbers were limited, they have a lot of parties and gatherings have taken place where people have gone casual. Even if it is your own people, please be sure. Sometimes even inside the house also, make sure that the children and the parents, when you're talking, be a little distant, so that directly, when you speak, it is obvious that some spit will come out. So when you're breathing, it should not come into a very close contact. Then removing masks for food and drink. This is also common, be it in the office place or when we have to go and travel. That time also, we think that inside the car it is safe. So we remove our masks and we take food or drink water. So please make sure that around you, nobody is there, at least a 6 feet, not even 6 feet. If you have to remove your mask, make sure that nearby nobody is there. Then only you make yourself comfortable. If you feel really breathless, you can. Nowadays, masks are come in so many varieties. I would suggest that you keep a mask which has a little gap between your nose and the cloth, so that you can breathe in easily. Even if down there is a little gap, there will be air circulation, instead of just tightening it up and then you suffocate yourself. One more thing is, we always go to stores and places, we are given the sanitizer, we first sanitize our hands. So what happens is, we are safe, we don't pass down any germs to the stores. But so many people coming and going, even if you are sanitized, suppose you cough and you touch somewhere, or you're buying a fruit, you touch it and you leave it, and some other customer comes, they will also contact it, right? So while returning back from the store, we should make sure that we again sanitize, so that if we have contacted in any way, then we can kill those germs. Next, this is in this last 1 year, from the Ayurvedic field, Ayush Ministry had given out a lot of guidelines. So I would like to repeat them once again, which has helped many people. This is not just for preventive, but for those who have COVID themselves. Applying oil in the nostrils. I personally have given these ideas and instructions to many people whoever have called me and asked me for tips and guidelines. So Ayush Ministry has given a guideline that you can apply Anutailam. It's a oil. Just put 1 or 2 drops in each nostrils daily. So this is a daily routine that is explained in Ayurveda. And because the Anutailam is medicated, some may not like the smell and taste. So I just suggest that you apply a little, any oil, coconut oil, tilka oil, mustard oil, whichever you're comfortable with, just apply it on the nostrils, just internally, before you can go out anywhere. So what happens is, in this oil, the germs get trapped, they do not enter inside. So it has helped many people. Till now, I have not got any complaints of anybody contacting COVID who have applied this. And daily people are still using it. One more, wash your face, nose, mouth. We know that after going out and coming back home, we have to wash ourselves with soap and everything. Best simple remedy, take saline water. If you can take lukewarm, take saline water, put salt in it, mix it, and keep washing your eyes, inside your nose, gargle it, wash nicely your hands and your face. Leave it for 10 minutes, then you can wash with soap. In the salt water, it has a very good antimicrobial property, which can kill the germs. Even curry leaf decoction, that is, boil the curry leaves and keep. Ajwain or imodakam or carom seeds that we say, that also you can boil it and use that decoction for washing and for gargling. I had got many patients with COVID from foreign countries, and sadly they couldn't get Ayurvedic medicines, but all these tips, that whatever I had mentioned to them, it really helped them. So it is from their experiences also that I am saying. Gargling with warm saline water, I have already said. Drinking hot water. Now, in summer, this is a problem. When the temperatures are soaring high, drinking hot water is a real problem. Earlier, maybe the climates, it was a little lower temperature, so people continuously took decoctions, kadhas, hot waters, but now they have stopped. And they have started taking refrigerated water or cold water, which is a very suitable bed for the coronavirus. I will tell in details what other options we can use. Then steam inhalation. Even steam inhalation is a hot treatment, which most may not like in summers. But if you are frequenting outside, or if you have COVID, you can do it. People with COVID can do it at least 3 to 4 times in a day. Otherwise, you can do at least once a day or just immediately after coming back from outside. So in the steam inhalation, you can add eucalypt oil. You can add this carom seeds and curry leaf decoction also you can use for steam inhalation. That also clears the path or kills the germs that have entered in the nasal cavity and the buccal cavity. Medicated smoke. In the name of Aprajita. In Ayurveda, it is called Aprajita Dhuma. This, initially people were laughing at the Ayurvedic field, that how can smoking kill the germs? And a study was conducted, laboratory clinical study was conducted, where it was found 99% of bacteria was found dead because of smoking. So Aprajita Dhumam has all the medicated stuffs inside. You can search online. It is readily available from different companies in powder forms, in dhupa forms. So you can just, if you get in the stick form, you can just directly burn it. You won't have to do anything much. If you don't get it, simple frankincense, or what we say, I forgot the name. You can, what you use in temples and churches to put on the smoke. In English, we say frankincense. You can put that. That also has very good antimicrobial properties. So please do try all this. Now, avoid self-medication. Even if you think that for preventive aspect or for COVID situation, you want to take medicines, these are all now aware, like it is known that these medicines are good. Please don't do self-medication, whether it is Ayurveda, whether it is allopathy. Make sure everything is online now. Consult your doctors, talk to them. They will prescribe you according to your body condition, according to your severity, and then you take the medications. Avoid drinking and eating outside. Seeing to the present situation, try not to eat and drink outside, because and try to shorten your travel. You don't go anywhere too far, because you come in contact with more people, so risk is more. Don't take refrigerated foods. Maximum, many of us buy vegetables, fruits in large amount, store it in the fridge, and then raw vegetables for salads, curds, these all things we take directly. So please don't keep it in the fridge. We have to look for traditional methods, how we used to store these vegetables and fruits, how we used to keep milk fresh even without a refrigerator. And if you're using it from the fridge, make sure you boil it nice and hot and take it lukewarm, not fully cold. Avoid using public washrooms, because many of us, when we go to the washroom, we are gargling our mouth, we are spitting. With the same thing, we are opening the tap, with the same hands we are opening the tap. So how many people are using, we don't know. So maximum, I always suggest that try to avoid using any public washrooms. Avoid alcohol and smoking also. One, because of the heat, because it increases the heat in the body. Secondly, it reduces your immunity and your lung capacity because of the fear of corona. I'm saying, try to avoid alcohol and smoking. And TV, why I'm saying is, TV should be a medium of information, not something which should scare us. Even last time I have said that because of the surge in the cases, people are forced to stay inside house, and full time they are on the TV news channel. So what happens is, mentally they become very sad and depressed as to what is going on, how they should take the life forward, what changes should they make. So those things, lot of anxiety, even after the lockdown, when we had patients, a lot of patients were, because of lockdowns, they had undergone anxiety issues. From the Ayurvedic field also, we had a lot of helpline numbers were given, so that people can talk and discuss their anxiety instead of going into medications, so that life becomes more easier for them. So just for that, I would like to say that just get the headlines, don't unnecessarily calculate on things and spoil your whole mood. So these are the new signs, symptoms that are nowadays given to us or are seen commonly in the new strain. In the old one, we know that fever and persistent cough, dry cough, loss of smell and taste was there. Even some had body pain. In the new strain also, aches and pains, conjunctivitis, that is red eyes, sore throat, diarrhea, discoloration of fingers and toes, headache, rashes on the skin. So these all symptoms are also seen along with breathlessness. And the last condition is pneumonia, or which affects the lungs. Now, you just, whenever we look at the cases, we always look into the number of deaths. And this is what scares us more. What I would like to show you is total number of cases with total recoveries. Just compare these two. Even the latest reports will say that the deaths are increasing. It could be, but also know that the recovery rates are much larger. I would like to show you a graph. This is taken on April 6th though, the death rate and the recovery rate. So the media is trying to cover this area and are not focusing on this area. Why don't they go and ask those people who have recovered as to what all precautions they took, what all things they underwent, and how they came out of it? How do they feel after it? Nobody is reporting on that. So I would like to suggest that we ourselves also try to research as to how we can, even if we get affected, how we can save ourselves better and not try to go and knock on the hospitals. Severity, how we can reduce the severity, that is more important. Now this is some sign symptoms to know the differences. If you're having just dry cough and sneezing, mostly in the early morning, that is known to be because of air pollution or allergy. Cough with mucus, sneezing, running nose. This is sign symptoms of common cold. When you have this along with fever and mild body pain, then it is flu or the viral fever. But when you have dry cough, but you feel difficulty in breathing. In common cold, what happens? You could have a blocked nose, but you know that there is some congestion. Here, there is no congestion of nose. It's only dry cough, and you feel a tightness in the chest, and you feel difficulty in breathing. That is for coronavirus. This is a difference. So don't just panic if you get cold cough and you are sneezing and you get a mild fever. When you get fever, you will have body pain. You have to see the severity and the sign symptoms. Now coming to the vaccination. Vaccination, it is a way to teach the immune system how to recognize and to eliminate an organism. That way your body is prepared if ever exposed. Meaning to say, now antibodies in the body are the police force. Antigens are the pathogens or the virus. So the in the initial phase, this is when we take the vaccination, the body responds in a mild symptoms of body pain. So what happens is there is primary immune response. The police force on the body gets the database of this virus that is entering the body. They store it. And next time when this virus enters, what happens is it is protected higher. It has all the data stored in it. So it tells all the police force in the whole body to be aware and check on this virus that is coming. So that is why vaccination protects the body and it gives the immunity. Now coming to the lifestyle in Ayurveda, how you can improve your immunity. So please note down these two names, Dinacharya and Rutucharya. This is very important. Dinacharya means the daily routine, what should be followed in a correct way for an individual. That will give you your immunity. And Ritucharya, Ritu means climate or weather, season. So in Ayurveda or in Indian literatures, it is said that India has 6 seasons. Every 2 months is taken as one season. So that means the doshas or the Vata Pitta Kapha that is there in the surrounding, it keeps changing every 2 months. Similarly, our body also changes every 2 months. So we need to know that once one season changes to another, how we should shift our lifestyle and food to the next season so that we do not get into any diseases. That gives us the immunity. Now this is just a board from the Ayush department saying that an amla a day keeps disease at bay. It's no more an apple a day. So take an amla, give your family. it's got rich in vitamin C. We know